This is Sengakuji Temple. Founded in 1612 by the shogun Tokugawa. It's one of the three major Zen temples in what is now the metropolitan Tokyo area. This is a statue of Oishi. He was the main samurai who took care of Lord Asano's business at the castle, known as the leader of the 47 loyal retainers, also known as the 47 Ronin. We'll get back to him later. He's the hero of our story. Grounds are well maintained. It's a natural historical site of cultural significance and has hundreds of thousands of visitors every year. It's also a major center for Zen Buddhism and has been for hundreds of years. This is a statue of a Zen master who was a practicer of zazen, which means to sit in a lotus position and quietly contemplate the meaning of life to try and attain enlightenment. It's Soto Zen Buddhism. Now, on with our story. So, in 1701, an imperial envoy named Kira, he was a high-ranking master of ceremonies assigned to teach Lord Asano court etiquette and protocol. The shogun at the time wanted all of his dynamos to spend every other year in the capital of Edo, which is now Tokyo. So, when Kira took an immediate dislike to Lord Asano and treated him poorly, here we have the graves of the 47 Ronin. So, Kira would make snide comments about his lineage, calling him a country bumpkin or a buffoon, and just mocking him. And this was in Edo, the capital. Lord Asano finally had enough, drew his short sword, and took a swing at his head and his neck, and wounded him slightly. Now, the problem there is, to draw your sword in the shogun's grounds or his castle is a capital offense. So he was ordered to commit ritual suicide and was dead within a few hours. This was April 21st, 1701, when this happened. When the news got back to Lord Asano's territory, the samurai held a meeting. Oishi was the main retainer. He was in charge of the castle when the Lord was gone, so he had quite a significant amount of power. So they held a council. Some of the samurai wanted to fortify the castle and resist the shogunate's forces and hold like a desperate last stand and die with their swords in their hands. Some of them wanted to commit ritual suicide so they could join their lord in death. Some, and the ones who eventually won, wanted to just surrender peacefully so Lord Asano's family won't be harmed and everyone will still be alive. So now, without a lord, the samurai were masterless, which makes them Ronin. Oishi tried to get the shogun to leave some land to Lord Asano's family and still keep the castle and some grounds, but that was denied. But what really offended him was that the imperial envoy Kira received no punishment at all for his part in it. So thus began one of the greatest deceptions in history. They disbanded, spread out across the province, the prefecture, and Oishi stayed in Edo and pretended to be a drunk and go to geisha houses and really fall down drunk in the public to show that he had given up the desire for revenge. He even divorced his wife, so she and his other children would not be in danger after they completed revenge. He sent letters to all the Ronin, telling them, hey, I've given up the idea of revenge. And only the ones who protested and said, no, you can't give it up, were the ones he chose to come with him. He split his forces into two, and his eldest son, who was 15 at the time, was given charge of the second group. And on December 14th, when Kira and the shogun had assumed they had given up the idea of revenge, he attacked Kira's castle, killed all his guards, and allegedly found him hiding in a closet. They gave him the opportunity to kill himself with honor and commit ritual suicide, which he refused. So they cut off his head, paraded his head through Edo, now Tokyo, went back to their castle, washed his head, and laid it on the grave of their lord, saying they completed their revenge. Now, they could have been treated as criminals. Here's the well where they washed his severed head. They could have been treated as criminals for breaking the law. But many people saw their act of loyalty as the ultimate code of Bushido. So the shogun gave them the opportunity to commit ritual suicide and keep their honor, which they did. And that's the 47 Ronin.